Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl, Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from Life is Rocqi. Welcome to my YouTube channel and another episode of my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. I haven't done one of these in a little bit. Motherhood has definitely taken over as far as the womanhood chapter. but I was dancing this morning, and in that dancing, I've created a saved folder on Instagram called We Heal Different. Shout out to Twerk Church or Free the Cheeks. She's in the Bay. She teaches dance classes, and she has We Heal Different on her studio wall. And check out the rest of my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. I've been on a journey of discovering womanhood, especially Black womanhood, and what that means, and reclaiming a lot of it, especially obviously within the rites of passage of both menstruation, been learning a lot, but also, childbirth, pregnancy, childbirth, postpartum, breastfeeding. But dance has also really been a part of that. Now, first I was just dancing and being free to dance, but really lately it's been specific dancing with my hips, right? And I follow a few people online, two specific to Black America, and then another is multicultural, and I think it's like East African, Middle East cultures. I think she's in East Africa. I can't remember what country, but I think she's in maybe Tanzania or Kenya. And then another, but she doesn't look like what I picture of African. She looks like a blend of Middle East and something else, but gorgeous woman. But anyways, so she does dancing videos, and hers are like hip pops and circles and shimmies and stuff like that. And then I follow a couple of like Hawaiian or Polynesian dancers too. And as I was like going through that thread and trying to practice, one, I realized that when I was growing up in a white school, I never learned how to twerk, right? It was basically just mimicking what I saw, and that was a lot of back motion. And it's funny because the way that I actually learned to twerk was by moving my knees. So my friends actually called it doing the Rocqi because that was the only way I could get my butt to move without knowing actual muscle techniques of how to move your hips and your ass and stuff like that. And as I'm like looking at all these different cultures, it's definitely exercise because like I feel the muscles and they're weak. like it's your pelvis muscle in the back. So when you're lifting it up or pushing it down, that's a muscle. Then you also have your hips on your right and your left to move up and down on both sides. Then you have the hip circles, and then is definitely across cultures all footwork. Okay, whether you're flat on your feet or you're raising your feet or moving different ways, is definitely all footwork, which is why whenever my husband wants to salsa dance, I'm like, I need to learn the footwork because I don't know what to do with my feet and I'm gonna just be wailing basically. And it's like, there is technique, there is strategy, there's beauty. And why does Black American twerking is the only one that gets shamed? Like, we celebrate whining in the Caribbean. We celebrate salsa and bachata and merengue and all those other ones. We celebrate even African dancing styles, right? But why do we get heat? And I was thinking about it, in addition to us being in the every other country is the majority in that country versus us here, we are not. But we are people of the global majority. Better bring it back. But yeah, it's we're the ones who shamed, whereas all the other dancing styles are celebrated. So in addition to us living with our oppressors, there's also the fact that Black Americans, when we twerk, Black American women, when we twerk, it's been in the past with men, right? It's been at parties. Shout out to the 90s and 2000s era, the best era known to man in Black America. Whoo! We was free, as much as stuff was still going on, it was a beauty of just explosion of Black American culture. Fucking love us. But anyways, So yes, we was dancing. This was before cell phones, and we could be free to twerk and sweat and just have fun with each other. Feel the music flow through our bodies, you know? And why the fuck is that a bad thing, right? Why is that a bad thing? And it's interesting because, like, with Carnival, with Caribbean culture, like, the people still dance together, right? And Black Americans have definitely inputted that shame of, because, you know, in Carnival, women ain't wearing nothing, you know? But it's like, oh, and there's shame in the dancing. And it's like, there is a freedom in your sexuality and sensuality when you can dance, and there's nothing else tied to that. And that's what I loved about dancing, is we could both dance together and then just leave. Like, ain't nothing happening after. We just had a fucking good time, okay? But anyways, I'm trying to understand what I want to teach my daughter about our bodies, the history of Black American women's bodies, and all of that. What is her name? Is it Sarah? I can't remember. I don't know why it's on the tip of my tongue. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. But what in the world? What happened? My computer just closed all my tabs. Sarah, is it Bo? Let's see. Sarah Bartman. There we go. I knew it was Sarah. So Sarah Bartman, and how her body was put on display and things like that. So, and that was that in America? Okay, this is a lot to read, and I don't want to hold y'all up. I'm gonna have to read her whole story later. But yeah, Sarah Bartman was put on display for her body. Um, and it's like, just to show, like, yeah, the beginning of that shame, and the lack of control, and the thought of ownership over our bodies and things like that. So, like, I'm trying to teach my daughter to have value of her own body, to respect her own body. And I'm like, and like, my husband and I have talked about, because, you know, we've seen kids, you know, twerking, and we're like, you know, in the past we were like, nah, you know. But if it's just by herself, if she sees it in the sense of us dancing by ourselves, and it's not associated with dancing with a boy or dancing with someone else, then what is wrong about it? It's hip movements, it's exercise, it's footwork. There's freedom in it. There's beauty in it. And again, why is Black American twerking the only thing that's shamed? And it's shamed in a specific position. Okay, so, like, again, I'm watching these tutorials. I'm trying to learn myself. And because, again, I'm recognizing that the muscles I'm finally using to twerk is weak, right? So I'm like trying to strengthen my muscles. And it's like, you have your standing position, your squatting position, and then you have your base position. Your base is when your hands are on your knees, and that's when you're doing the movements. And that's the one that gets the most heat. If you're standing, not so much. Squatting, not so much. But soon as you put your hands on your knees, that's like, oh my God, the shame. Don't do it. And it's like, what is actually wrong with it? We are dancing. Yes, we are gifted within our bodies, and our bodies flow with our movements. But why is that a bad thing? Is it because somebody is envious because they don't got it? I'm just saying. But yeah, it's an ongoing exploration and reflection of what I'm gonna teach my daughter, and like what age and stuff. But I definitely want her to feel empowered in her body and free in her dancing. She's already a musical person. She sings, she dances, she plays instruments. So it's like, I don't want to dim that light, especially as a little Black woman, you know. And she's half Guyanese, so she got Caribbean culture, so I'm trying to learn that too, you know. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to dim that light. Why should we? What the fuck is wrong with dancing, right? What is actually wrong with it? Let me know in the comments below what is wrong with dancing, because I'm trying to figure it out. And like, the one person I follow on Instagram who's like the multicultural one, she said, like, because people be in the comments talking about I'm too big for this and stuff, and she was like, honestly, the more meat you got on your body, the more jiggle you got, okay? Because if you ain't got nothing jiggling. Just like she actually wears looser clothing than tighter clothing, because looser clothing, like your actual body, will move. it will jiggle, it will ripple, you know? So it actually moves with your movements, the loose clothing, and so does your body. So, and that's another thing, to not shame our bigger bodies or our curves, you know? So it's a really interesting conversation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But I'm feeling love for my body and feeling love for my culture. And yeah, I don't, even Black Americans put us down. Black American men and Black American women. We put each other down for dancing. And then you got we definitely have the Christian religion shaming aspect, which is very interesting because Christianity is also large in the Caribbean culture, but they don't have the shame around dancing. There's still that freedom and sexuality. Again, I think that has to do with the majority being Black versus in the US, we are not the majority. And that understanding, and also, like, even if you go to like just some of the differences, like in the US, the plantations that we had, maybe 200, 300 slaves, whereas in the Caribbean, we talking thousands, right? So already there, that allows for more retaining of culture versus assimilation. So it's a very large conversation. I'm excited to continue exploring. I'm excited to continue learning how to dance in different ways. So yeah, I'm it's an ongoing journey. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And dance and keep dancing. I'm actually going to sign my daughter up for a dance class, so I'm excited about it. But be free in your bodies. Don't let nobody shame you, and have fun. Light and love.